Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Me want Chad-Izard. That's going to be the title today. New Rocket Pack Split, first edition. Also, early 30th anniversary? Question mark? I just saw people were already opening early 30th anniversary. How? How are they getting a hold of that? That's nuts, dude. It comes out like in 2 months. Crazy. Somebody's got to get in trouble for that, right? Pokemon never holds anyone responsible for that. We are. We're going live for Friday day. We're starting very late. Maybe we should just run all the way till 8. What do you guys think? Should we just run all the way to 8? I think Karis will kill me if we do that. It's my own fault. We started so late because I got hooked on a conversation in Discord. And I was just, tippity type. I was just over there talking. I could have been talking over here. All right, let's get started, guys. Well, we're going to have to squeeze more openings into a shorter period of time. That's what that means. There we go. Let me respond to this guy. I'm going to say, oops, sorry for the slow response. I'm going to wait on this a little while more. May need it later, though. Oops. Thanks. People are already opening 30th anniversary somehow. Oops. Over here. That's nuts. We're really close to the release of Emeralda. All right. So, let's go back into here. We're going to grab this. I'll post this here. We're going live for Friday. We're still listening to Deltarune. Oh my God. All right, we're going to jump into this as well. Okay. All right. Which platform do you sell? I sell on YouTube live stream every day, twice per day. Me want Chad-Izard. Do you guys like the title? I try to come up with funny titles when I can, okay? It's not easy. I don't know if I make it look easy, but coming up with clever titles is a whole chore. All right, and we pinged Discord, right? Yeah, we pinged Discord. We're good. All right, so let's get on the move here. I'm going to grab the website next. I'm here for the loud boats. I was crying about the loud boats in Discord. There's this super stupid guy, and he's like, man, he's like a stereotype out here, okay? This is Lake of the Ozarks, the countryside of Missouri, and you get these like outdoorsy guys that are kind of redneckish, and they will do this thing where they will buy a stupid little boat with a huge engine on it, and then they just think they're the shit or something, you know? So they'll be on this tiny, dumb little boat, and they'll rev it for fun, but some guys take it so seriously, all they want to do is rev their boat. And it's like, just drive the damn boat. So they'll sit there in the water, room, 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 and they'll just do that for like 5 minutes, and then they'll speed off like it's cool or something. Now, I don't know if it's required to do that on the boat. Maybe he's actually heating the boat up. I don't know. Maybe he might know something I don't. But I don't think that's it, because I'm pretty sure I've seen those boats. You can just turn them on and start driving them. You don't have to rev them. So we got this guy who's probably short of a few IQ points. And he just sits there in the water just outside our window with this super loud motor, just revving it. And he just revs it for like a couple minutes, and your sanity starts to go down. Like the first couple revs, it's just like, okay, it's a boat. 5 minutes later, you're like, why won't he drive the boat? And he does it just in front of our dock and a couple other people's docks. And I'm pretty sure I've heard him get yelled at by a different neighbor already, and I'm tempted to do it now. I'm pretty sure Karis and I were hanging out, and we were sitting on our deck, and we saw the neighbor on kind of like the far right over there. He's almost on a different chunk of land, and I'm pretty sure he came out and started shouting at that guy who revs the boat. It's so annoying, dude. Like, if you were here, if you lived in this house, you would know what I'm talking about. It's so annoying. You don't have to do it. He just does it because he's like, that's what gets his nuts, you know, hard or something. That's what gets him all excited. Just vroom, vroom, like Harley Davidson drivers, except worse somehow, and on the water instead of on the road. Okay, it's really annoying. Like, he needs everyone to know how loud his boat is. He needs everyone to be aware he's there. So instead of just driving by and going to the next piece of water, he got to sit there in the water and rev his boat for 5 minutes. Like, what the F is wrong with you, dude? No one cares about your boat. There's 500,000 boats out here. Your boat's not better than everyone else's. Get out of here. But, yeah, so that was, you know, it's just how it is. It's one of those things. Welcome, guys, to the daytime stream. I don't know what's more annoying, the people who fish off of your dock without permission or that guy. It actually might be that guy, because at least the people who do the fishing are quiet. You know, they're not making any noise because they don't want to scare the fish off. They don't want to, and he does it right in a crowded area, by the way. That's part of it. So he doesn't do this crap in the middle of nowhere. He's doing it right where all our houses are, right in front of the state park. You know, people can see him from the state park. So he probably thinks he's putting on a show. It's like, no, dude, you're gay or something. Get out of here. All right, let me look at this. So we have an order from Mark Kaplan, 3695. Okay, I believe we did finish that one. So we're going to hit refresh here. People have souped up boat motors. Yeah, he might have a souped up boat motor and he might be showing it off because we're in an area where everyone might look out their window if he just caused a lot of noise for a long time. All right, so here we have a Mark Kaplan order 3696, and this one says 2 of the 151s, and after that it said, whoa, he's got a whole order over here. You hear, Mark? Oh, we never actually set up the Jeff order. Hold on, wait a second. I said we were going to do that. Well, luckily, nobody ordered any of these Y. Schwartz product all night long, so it didn't matter. So he wants a Sneaker Bunko. This is for Jeffy Weffy. A first edition of Azure Lane Volume 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't fall over. The box wanted to tip over. I think we're heading into a cold period Pokemon-wise. We could eventually head into a cold period, but listen. If you're seeing Pokemon card sales fall for a little while, couldn't that be explained by the idea that maybe people are just saving up before the 30th anniversary hits? You know, maybe there's a little fatigue, buyer's fatigue, and you know there's a big set coming out in like 2 months. Could just be saving up because you're already predicting you're going to spend all your money. So you're saying, well, I can't be totally broke. I better save up a little bit first, you know? So it's probably that. Here's the Brown Dust. Any Fuji? Did he order any Fuji? He, Volume 2, First Edition. This one says Fuji 1, so it's not this one. So it could be a lot of people saving up at the same time, and maybe they're even having a little bit of buyer fatigue. You know, Pokemon cards do get boring if you just buy Pokemon cards forever, you know. Okay, here's the Fuji 2. You have to be pretty crazy like me to buy Pokemon cards year-round. So only some people live in that lifestyle. Magical Girls, huh? Let's see, not in this box. Gushing over Magical Girls. He ordered one of these, one Nikkei, and the Gushing over Magical Girls. There we go. Okay, Mr. Jeff's here. Sheesh, Mister's always forgetting me. You know, nobody ordered any Weiss packs last night, so I guess I didn't really get it done, because last night I intended to do it, but I got distracted, and then nothing reminded me to get it done. So here we are. We got your order from yesterday. Thanks for being patient about it. Let's go ahead and fix this. I was supposed to make a baggie out of these, remember? But yeah, you're getting exactly what you would have got. Nobody ordered any Nikkei. J Bunko, Brown Dust, Fuji Bunko 2, Nikkei first, Gushing over Magical Girls, Azure Lane, Sneaker Bunko. We're good. No wake. Yeah, we're in a no wake zone, but he doesn't have to be that close to the house to be in the non-no wake zone. So it's like you're not allowed to get too close to someone's dock. That would be considered a no wake zone. But so he just doesn't get too close. And boats are actually so freaking loud that, he still makes plenty of noise. It just bursts right through the window. Your windows don't stop it at all. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but boats are freaking loud, dude. They are noise machines. And I don't really mind. I mean, I like all the boats. It kind of makes the place feel alive, you know? Just not this guy. Just vroom, vroom, vroom. Imagine that, but for 5 minutes. You just go, what the F is going on out there? Whoa! Just the same noise. He never moves. You know, normally when a boat goes by, it goes like that, right? It passes by and it's kind of cool, right? It makes you go, ooh, I want to go outside. Well, that guy, he's just sitting there revving over and over again, like a kid who got one of those bicycle bells and they just keep ringing it for some reason. Like, kid, shut up. Get out of here. I'm very noise sensitive. It's my autism. And if you play a noise I don't want to hear, I go pretty crazy. I think I go more crazy than a normal person. You know, some people tolerate annoying sounds better. Karis, for example, she tolerates it easily. Not me. My anger goes from like 0 all the way up to 10 in seconds. Seconds, I tell you. Get that baby out of this restaurant. No, but I grew up with 11 siblings, so I'm used to that one. The crying baby in the restaurant, classic. But boat revving, come on, dude. Let me rev my boat for 5 minutes. What? I'm like a trapped audience to the boat revving. We are. And this is without my consent. I did not consent to having to hear your boat go vroom, vroom for 5 minutes before you speed off. I'm worried about the 30th anniversary. I have a feeling packs are going to be insanely expensive. Maybe a lot of people are feeling that. Hopefully they just printed it to death, man. And if they haven't yet, hopefully they're going to. Pokemon's got some very popular product right now. Hopefully they print. Check it out, guys. We got a jumbo booster pack full of very cool packs. Maybe you'll have a really fun opening here. Jump in here for $40. There are 3 spots left. This is a very popular product. It goes off all the time. Have you bought a spot in this yet? Why not? Here's Charizard, 1 in 36 odds, $60 buy-in. Imagine how hard it is to pull this card. And then on top of that, imagine how hard it is to get it to grade 10. Well, this one did grade 10. He's ready to go. This one's already a 10. Take a $60 shot at this. Maybe you already have this Charizard. Take a $60 shot anyways, because it's such a quality pull. You don't get, how often do I host this? Almost never. So this is one of those rare breaks that you don't see on the table all the time. It's a really nice card, and it's all the way up to 14 now, but we need more people. I know a lot of you guys aren't in there yet. Okay, this one's cool too. The Black Star Promo Snorlax. Black Star Promo Snorlax. Excellent. They reprint a lot of booster packs, but you know what they don't reprint? The Black Star Promos. They never get reprinted. So this guy's going to be really low pop compared to all the other cool-looking Snorlaxes in the Scarlet Violet era. Those guys are all going to get reprinted. This one won't. It's got a nice cosmic border. Wonderful. We got the new pack split. Yes, it's very expensive. It is the Team Rocket first edition pack, and that's just what it looks like to split one of these. This one was sourced in a really nice way. I know it was. Basically, it was in my priority box. It's an unweighed pack. Could be heavy, could be light. We don't know. We've pulled a lot of heavy packs, actually. So, you know, we have a history of pulling heavy packs out of unweighed packs. And I wouldn't bet on it being heavy because it's just a bad way to live. So don't bet on it. Just if it is heavy, we'll celebrate it together. But there's a lot of cards in here now selling for almost $1,000, and they're just commons. Dark Charmeleon, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Dark Dragonair is in there, Dark Wartortle is in there, Squirtle, Charmander. The Charmander is really good. Squirtle, Charmander, Eevee, Dratini. There's just so much in these Team Rocket packs, and if any of it grades 10, even the worst cards graded 10 are selling for like $200 to $300. The worst commons. On top of that, if it's a light pack, what's cool about this set is light packs still pull Charizard. So Dark Charizard non-holo could be in here, and I'm betting he's like, I don't know, I bet he's like 4,000 at a 10 almost by now. I haven't looked it up, so don't quote me on that, but you know, I bet he's going for a lot. So even a light pack like this one could pull a Dark Charizard, and you would be doing well. All right. So here's Tyranitar. We don't know what it is, though. We'll find out when it gets opened. Hopefully it is heavy, but again, the odds are against you. even straight from a box, it's like 1 every 3 packs is heavy. So don't get too hypers on it. All right. Last night, the Gym Heroes pack went off, and it went extremely well. We pulled what appears to be a potentially PSA 10 Rocket Scyther out of there. It looks amazing. So, you know, now we're moving on to the next vintage pack, and yes, it's just outrageously expensive. Zachary Standing sent in $5 more. Here goes Zach. He's jumping into the other pack split. Where'd it go? The expensive booster pack split. So this one's almost done then. If you're looking for one that's going to finish soon, there's the Phantom Forces with, I believe, 3 spots left. So what are we at? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're up to 7 on the Phantom Forces. Up to 7. No, I know they can open. I thought they were opening them, not selling them. Unfortunately, I have a job, so I can't wait outside retail for 2 days. Air Dragonite is in their trust. Imagine what the person and scalpers are going to do the 30th release day. World Star going to be crazy. I want to rip it at least a bit, but I can't beat the boss on Pokemon Center. Mister, should I send my Core appeal to you so you can peel on stream for the views? I'd do that for you. I'm pretty good at it, too. You saw I graded a bunch of... so if you were watching, I graded a bunch of those and got some 10s out of there. I don't know if there's a real trick to it, Alex. When I peeled the sheets, you had to do your best to not touch them because they easily absorb fingerprints. But as for having them come out with no, like, white spots or anything like that, there wasn't really a trick to that, it seemed. It was just kind of luck. So you kind of peel it, and it either chips or it doesn't chip. And there was no formula to it that made it not chip. Yeah, but they're cool. Those are neat. You're talking about the vending series, right? Vending series. Okay, so Zachary went into the thing he was supposed to go into. Sergio L12, he says, pre-grade the 2 cards from the Japanese gym break. All right, so Sergio L12, where we put you? Right over here. Mister, did you see the video I sent you of the 2 core went up in price? Oh, I probably have not seen that. How are you sending these to me? Are you sending these to me in email? You know, when it comes to email, I really only check the email when we're live. You got to send them to me on, like, Discord or something. And if it's on Discord, I might not have checked my Discord messages yet. Well, I was busy arguing, though, wasn't I? I was like, blah, 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 blah. I was in that channel arguing. Okay, so we got the Clefairy. Ooh, that Pikachu. That's Crimson Invasion Pikachu. And this guy last sold for around $600 as a non-holo 10. Think about that. Let that sink in, everybody. Okay, this is it. This is the other one. Good. So we're going to get some pre-grades going. You can peel it live, and I'll pay to send to grade it. I'd love to do that, Mr. Alex. Those are very nice. All right, let's see. Pre-grade time. It's not going to get Black Label. I can say that now. I think your card looks really nice. So basically, on the back of the card, there's just some, in the layers of the card printing or something like that, there's just imperfections. I can't show them to you very easily, but if I zoom maybe. How can I show you that? Like right about right here, there's a kind of like blob right there. It's subtle, but it's there. Oh, there, you can kind of see it if I tilt it like right there. See that right there? So I don't know if that would cause you to miss a 10, but that will make you miss a Black Label. So don't anticipate Black Label on this. I'm sure they're scanning every potential Black Label for crap like that. They should be anyways. So this card's going to get probably just a straight 10 from me. I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good. Now this card's turn. Wow, the centering on this one's immaculate. Why is the centering so dang good? This is like the Scyther. The Scyther had good centering too. The back of the card is good centering. Top to bottom, the bottom's a bit thinner, actually. Yeah, so, okay, so don't expect Black Label. Same deal. There's just little subtleties in the card. Like, there's a speck right there. So that's the same deal. That's the first one. Still looking very clean. All right. So both of these cards shall get 10s. From me, anyways. I'll put them in top loaders for you for free this time. Okay, because now that we know that they're pretty decent, I'm going to say they have a little more value to them. I just feel like doing it, I guess. So here's your free top loaders. So my prediction is 10 on these. I wouldn't call them strong 10s. I wouldn't call them weak 10s either. Somewhere in the middle. Just a plain old gem mint. You know what I mean? Not pristines. All right, there you have it. All right. The Clefairy 10 is $440. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why we were hosting that break. And that's why that pack is so expensive. It does, on the one hand, look kind of like the packs are overpriced, right? But then you look at the Clefairy grading 10 for $440. How's it overpriced? I mean, one card after grading, excuse me, for like $40 or whatever it'll cost. You know, when PSA opens again. So maybe the net cost is $140. Well, let's say it comes back PSA 10. And by the time it's back, it's now selling for like $550. You just netted like $400. But it's a gamble, you know. The gamble is whether it can grade 10. That's the gamble. But in your case, it looks like two of them could grade 10. Now, those aren't real grades, but, you know, I'm pretty close. I'm usually pretty close. Maybe sometimes I'm off a little bit, but I'm pretty good at picking 10s. And because I've done it for so long. So those have a good chance of coming back 10. And if they both did, I bet you the Magnemite's like $250 at least. And the Clefairy, like you said, is $440. Almost $700. And you spent $200 on them. And you're going to have to spend $40 each on grading as well. So you might have netted like almost $400 of profit after they sell. So it'll be a while, though. That's the thing. It's like an investment. You know, you don't get your money back. You don't earn money on an investment until time passes. So you're going to have to wait and lock your money up. You know, you already locked up $200 or however much you spent to get in there. I think you did gym breaks, actually. So you already locked up some money in the card. Then you're going to have to lock up more money to grade it. And then it returns like 6 months later. And then you got to list it up on eBay. And then eBay takes 13%. But when it's all said and done, you get your money back, the original investment, plus whatever's left over. And it could be you could be doubling your money almost, like a double your money glitch. The only thing about all that is it doesn't happen for everyone. If you pulled off-center cards, you're going to get 9s. You might not even break even on a 9. Ivan Chiquilo, he says, hey, Mr. 8 of the Poke Shuffles. I was thinking of adding a new Poke Shuffle. I was thinking of adding one of these Charizards to the Poke Shuffle. One spot in the Charizard. Got to pay the upcharge, though. True, you might have to pay an upcharge. Well, it depends, because if you send it to a different company like Tag Grading, they didn't have upcharges, and they might open too, and they might give it a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, there we go. Mr. Ivan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa! Double snipes here. Why is it always somebody else gets the double snipe? Is Javier watching this? Man, dude, Javier bought 20 of these in a row last night, and he got hosed. You buy 8 the next day, and you pulled 2 hits. Man, I can't believe that. That is so crazy. I wanted Javier to pull all the hits because he went so deep. It just doesn't work that way, you know? It just doesn't work that way. Somebody pulls the hits, and it's just random. All right. Crazy stuff. I was so disappointed when all he pulled was the Old Maid Coughing. I really wanted him to get something else. Okay, so the Mewtwo is expensive, too. That's an $80 Mewtwo. And the Jolteon's $60. He just went from $40 to $140. Did you guys catch that? From $40 to $140. 5 Silver Tempest, please. Hey, what's up, man? All right, what are we doing here, Ivan? Are we re-rolling or are we keeping? That's crazy, man. I don't know what to say to that. We're going to have to redistribute the wealth from the winners to the losers because it's not right. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Javier's had some really good luck before. I think it all kind of evens out over time. Keep. All right. You hear that? Some boats going by. See, but that's not a problem. They just drive on by. Ironically, this used to be a Javier slab. And this one used to be a CS. Hear that? That's what it sounds like. But usually, again, it's usually not a problem. They just drive by. Who cares? It's if a guy sits there and revs for like a minute. Vroom. 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 1 minute later, my ears are bleeding. So that was a former CS man and a former Javier card. Okay. The guy who revs constantly is compensating. I just wrote CS man down. Oh my God, dude. Yep, so we got this one correct, and let's just mark this out. Not what I wanted. I like them looking nice, but let's not spend 3 sleeves on 1 slab, shall we? I'm also running out of sleeves. All right. Miss Alexis will get that correct. Now, congratulations on that. You guys check that out. That's why the Poke Shuffles are one of the best-selling things. Is that actually him again? I don't know if it's him. Oh, it's him. It's him. I could show you guys. It's this guy in this stupid little boat with the loudest engine ever. I hate it. I kind of just want to ban it, but he gonna chill around now and just be like, room. Now, let's see what's going on. Yeah, he's doing it. Hold on. He's further away, so you can't hear it, but he's doing it right now. Can you hear it? He's doing it right now. What the F's wrong with this guy? So he appears to be further away from my house right now, so he's not closer to me. He must be closer to the neighbors this time. Room. What the hell's wrong with him? It's definitely not the situation that his boat needs warming up. He's just some weirdo. Dude, that's so annoying. Well, at least he's not nearby. Let's see if Care said anything about him. Uh-oh. Hold on. I also got another email. I got another text message. Okay, so I actually just got a text message from a different neighbor saying he's having a problem where someone's parking in his spot and it's someone that's renting the house. All right, I'm gonna go tell the property manager right now. Okay, so let me just save this. This is actually pretty important. Okay. Neighbor just contacted me. Once again, someone parked in his spot. That's his parking spot. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay. Make sure that they know that, because if somebody was parking in my parking spot, I'd be pretty angry myself. All right, sorry about that, guys. A little distraction there. Let's get back to the stream. Rage bait successful. Zachary, Mr. Zachary Bow, he says, 151 Phantom Forces first edition rocket brakes. Hold on, wait a second. This is a big order. Is this a big order? Oh, okay. So, Zachary, you tried to send a order through Venmo, but it's pending. I don't know why it's pending. Maybe your bank is doing a transfer or something like that. Or maybe it's doing a security check. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to write down a card for you. There could be a security check going on in Venmo. They do this. Pending. All right, let me read what it was for again. A spot in the Zard, a spot in the Phantom Forces, a spot in the Rocket Brake. That's what it was for. Here it is. Imagine it's a viewer just trolling you. There you go. All right, so we got that set over there real fast. Let's jump back over here to the website. So, got a little distracted there, guys. Okay. So over here, we've got an order from Mr. Mark. 2 of the 151 Japanese. And he's got a big one here. 1 more of the Japanese 151s. He wants a Nihil 0. He wants an Inferno X. No, he wants 2 of the Nihil 0s. And he wants 2 of the Inferno X. Here we are. 2 of these. 2 of these. Got a little distracted there. We're still renting that blue lake house out, and it really doesn't earn that much money. It actually, it doesn't even break even with the costs. So it's like a net loss. And 1 pitch black. And so we're getting rid of that house. We're going to sell that house. We're going to get rid of it. Here it is. Whoever said renting houses makes you rich is not telling the whole truth. It's actually it's a huge liability is what it is. Somebody could get injured in the house and then sue you for the house. You are. So it's a huge liability. And we're getting rid of it. All right. I sent for the Snorlax break. Snorlax Mountain. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good Snorlax. He's going to be really rare in the future. He's going to be considered much more rare than other Snorlaxes. I hope the people there don't give you trouble when you tell them they need to leave since you're selling the house. Oh, no, nothing like that. Are you referring to, like, what happened with John and all that? No, so it's a short-term rental, Airbnb. They rent it, you know, for the summertime. People come and go. They rent it for, like, a week. And it's managed by a property manager, and he takes a cut that's just about 20%, which is low, by the way. He doesn't take that much. There's 1 Nihil 0. Let's get the other Nihil 0. And my experience with doing that has been pretty negative, actually. Here it is. All right. So we're going to get rid of that house. Turn that music. Let's change this music. If you've ever thought about being a landlord, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to be a landlord. I would not say it makes you rich. It's like you could park money in a home during an inflationary period, and that might protect the value of your money. Ooh, Flygon. Flygon popping out. Yeah, being a landlord, not recommended. What the? I don't want to hear this song. There we go. There it goes. Hassan framed of the Twin Towers burning in the background of his stream. Do you feel like he's just doing it for attention? I feel like, you know, the anti-American craziness, maybe it's not even real. Maybe it's actually just their way of saying, hey, I'm succeeding on this algorithm. I'm getting attention. I need to keep this going. You know, I wonder how much of it he truly believes in. Like, if he had to lose what he had to fight in a revolution, would he really do that? It's a curiosity. Mr. Mime. Oh, great. Nice that short term. I hope you can sell at a decent price in this market. Yeah, we might have to, I don't know, pick a generous price and just offload it. But after this season, we're not going to rent it anymore. And then our job will be to manicure it and get it out of here. We are. We thought maybe renting it could be a way to build wealth. And no, it's just every year you just lose money. That's it. You just lose money slowly. But the price of the house goes up over time. Here it is. But, you know, Airbnb takes a cut. The property manager takes a cut. The people who rent it do some kind of damage to it one way or another. And the rent just doesn't cover all the costs. It's kind of crazy, you know. So anyone who talks about wanting to be a landlord, wish them well, because it's kind of stupid, you know. It's just, it only works if you got the house incredibly cheap. And the rent and the cost of acquiring the house are totally mismatched. But if you paid the correct price for the home and then rent it out, you're barely breaking even. And then what's the point of breaking even? It's such a bad business. You know, you don't want to own a business where you break even. What's the point of that? Mr. Mark. All right, Mark. So we got your bag right over here. You got the Flygon, I guess. Flygon's decent. I like the Flygon. You got some hollows. You got Mr. Mime. You got Clefairy. That's so disrespectful, especially when people like I was there. Location, location, location. Yeah, location. That's good. Here we are. Tossing this in here. Yeah, I think you could replace the word location, location with appreciation, appreciation, appreciation. If you just buy whichever house is going up in price the most, it doesn't really matter if you make money on renting it. You know, if you're making even just a little bit, the house is still going to be a winner for you because it jumped in price. But it really is sort of just like gambling or betting on the stock market. Like, if you're a busy person, don't bother with real estate. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to roll the money that was in the house into this house, or maybe we'll use the money as a down payment to try and move to a new place, like, I don't know, wherever we move. Okay, Aaron Bagley is next. He said, it's Mr. Aaron Bagley? He says, hey, mister, I have a sack. What? One Chinese surprise. I've got a surprise for you. Surprise. Place the snipe order on the website. Here it is. Here's the snipe. It's coming in. All right. But anyway, so, you know, the house still needs all the same upkeep. It needs, we replaced an air conditioning unit on it that was really old. And it cost $10,000. Ooh, Starby. It cost $10,000 to replace that air conditioning unit. Damn, dude. That could have been someone else's air conditioning unit to replace if we had already sold it. Yes. All right. So after everybody takes their cut, the guy who fixes the yard, the guy who fixes the flooding, the guy who fixes the shutters, the guy who, the maid who cleans the house after each person rents it. Yeah, after everyone takes their cut, there's very little money left over, and then you're paying a mortgage with interest. So the bank takes a cut. You're renting from the bank, basically. There you are. And there's just very little left over, and you go, so I'm exposing myself to all this risk for almost nothing. Why don't I just own stocks? Could just own stocks. Or better yet, Pokemon cards. Next up, we got an order from 5 packs of Silver Tempest. That'll be Anthony Paniagua, I think. Let's check. Oh, we're selling out. We're selling out of these Silver Tempests, so we're going to have to look up a new price. Here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here they are. I'm going to check out Silver Tempest now and see what it's looking like. Next time someone places an order, we're probably getting a new box. Do you have any Patrick Star Slabs? I think we do. Yeah, I think we do if you let me look. All right. Silver Tempest. How's Silver Tempest doing, huh? Doesn't look crazy expensive. Okay. And what are we selling? What is this music? What are we selling these for? Yep. Silver Tempest does not change in price. Cool, man. You know, you can take a shot at pulling the Lugia, everybody. That Lugia is a big deal. Comes out of here, and the price is actually pretty solid. All right, good luck. Sobble sold, Mr. 20 cents. Sobble sold, everybody. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. And one more. All right, there we go. Silver Tempest. Good. Okay, we got Ponyta. Ooh. Yeah, my experience with renting stuff out to people has been largely negative. We rented to Mr. John, and we did short-term rental with the other house, and it's just, oh, man, look at that pack. Wow, you did great. Look at that Lugia. That looks beautiful. I bet that's expensive. And here is the Melodic Trainer Gallery, I think they were called back then. There you go. Is that good? Oh, yeah, that's great. That's a good round right there. Here's Fungus. It's so easy to get a bad round in Pokemon cards, especially with only 5 packs. That was a really good round. You want this Pikachu? Here's Phanpy. All right, good. What the heck? I like that Lugia. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of old sets like this one that people aren't opening very much of, and they're legit, man. They got some cool stuff in them. Just look at that. Okay. I think there was a goldenish version of that card too, right? Now, Anthony, where am I going to find you? Oh, I was working my arms out. They're super sore right now. This. My arms are sore. Okay. Popping that in there. Good. What a pack. That was a pack, man. That was a pack and a half. Gosh, dude. Okay. So here's Porygon, Ash, Dark Dugtrio. Here's... This guy's only 250. That's an error card, the Whale Lord. And here's a Snorlax. Now, he's priced like he's a valuable card because they gave it a 4, but look, it's an error card. And they didn't call it fake, so this is a legit crimped Snorlax. I don't know why they gave it a 4. They should have just called it error or something. All right, cool, man. Let's see what we got next. So, Zach, your order was pending, so that was not finished. And here's... Click. Javier, 1 Magic, 4 Live. All right, 1 Magic, 4 Live. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I just got restocked on Pitch Black. So we got our Pitch Black restock in. And I got restocked on Magic the Gathering Marvel. So we're restocked on both of those. 2, 3. Oof. And... Oh, yes. It says P. Jolteon, P10. That sounds good. Prismatic Jolteon, perhaps? P. Jolteon. Okay, put that over there. Put these over here. Oh, man, were you scared? I was scared on that last draw, man. Let's go looking for this one. Oh, I bet it's Poker Jolteon. I was going to say, I wouldn't have written down Prismatic. That doesn't make any sense. It's got to be Poker, right? Let's go looking. I don't know what it is. We're going to find out. 135? Oh, not bad at all. 240. Shazam. Now the question is, will you keep it or will you re-roll it? So if you re-roll this one re-rolls for 100 and... What I put him in there? I must have put him in for 250. So I probably put him in for 250. So he would re-roll for 200. He's a black... I'm sorry, he's a... I was going to say black level. He's a Charizard back. I've been buying PSA 10 Patrick Stars. Oh, so Patrick Star. I swear I've seen one. Here it is. So this one's not PSA 10. It's a... don't look at the price because I haven't priced it correctly yet, okay? This is an old price. So this is Patrick Star Fishnets, Topps Chrome. Now this is graded 10 by Tag Grading, but let me tell you something. They are such harsh graders when it comes. You're keeping it? Good choice. These guys are really harsh graders on the Topps cards. So it's a very nice copy, and it is graded Tag 10. And Tag's been doing very well. Tag sells really well. So that is a Patrick. I would be interested in selling it. He was going to go probably into the other shuffle. All right, this is yours. Good job. That was one of the better cards to pull in there, by the way, you know, because the price tag of 240 almost seems incorrect compared to other poker cards. It's an evolution. So, yeah, people saw that go in, and I put him in there because I thought he was such a good deal. You still owed 1 Magic Pack. Let's grab it. My arms hurt. How much? So I was going to look it up, actually. That's the thing. I was going to look it up because I wasn't sure if his price had changed over time, but I think I had underpriced him, and I wanted to correctly price him. Let's see. Topps Chrome Patrick. That's why he's not on the table right now because, oh, my God, it's giving me Patrick Mahomes. SpongeBob. Patrick Mahomey. Topps Chrome Patrick SpongeBob. There we go. So, the fishnet one, huh? Is it actually called Fishnets? Oh, it is. It's called Patrick's Fishnets. So, let's see if we can find any information about it. Here's one for 250 in a PSA 10. That's all we know. That might not have sold for that much. Here's a golden fishnet that sold for 250. So that implies the other one's definitely not 250 because it's not a golden one. That appears to be about all the information we have. You can make a, you can probably reach out to me and make an offer, and I'll think about it, and I probably need more time to think about it myself. Patrick Fishnets. Yeah, the SpongeBob cards are hilarious, man. I love them. What is this? New messages? Let's see. It's PSA 10. Not sure about the price. There we go. All right, so somebody's trying to buy Melodic from me. Okay, let's open up this magic pack now. Sorry about that, heavier. We get distracted easily, don't we? Can I slab away the Snorlax? The Snorlax break. Oh, you're talking about this Snorlax? You can definitely slab this away. That one's ready to go. That's an error slab, so it's pretty unique, right? And again, PSA actually did encapsulate this. So sometimes PSA won't encapsulate error cards, and they did encapsulate it. So they must have a way of like checking to see, you know, oh, does this actually look like it was crimped? So this one's ready to be taken into slab away. It costs $20. That's a fee to begin the slab away, and then another $20 to begin paying it down. So the first time payment has to be minimum $40. $40, $20 for the fee, $20 to pay down the slab slightly. All right, we got Kunlun Warrior. Here's Trickster Stratagem. Go Nuts. Squirrel Girl. White Tiger Kingdom. Here, that's an old Whitest Kids You Know joke. Here's a Tuma. Here's Accelerated Evolution. Here's Big Score. Here's Secure Detention. Here's The Thing. Ben Grimm. Ooh. Here's Plains. The Serpent Society. Tomb of Legends. Tome of Legends? Oh, that's cool. Look at that little magazine. Here's Ironheart, Clever Champion. Okay. T'Challa's Protection. All right. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. And Leviathan. Ooh. Okay. I have a sealed one like that and many more regular ones. Oh, very cool, man. We are. And here's the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Everyone praised Jimothy the raccoon. It will, because now it's in Fortnite. Oh, you're saying it has changed? Are you saying the fishnet Patrick has gone into Fortnite recently? Yes. All right. That's very interesting. Did that just happen? Okay. Don't bet against SpongeBob, man. SpongeBob's funny as hell. Go Nuts. It just happened, huh? Wow, that's interesting. You know, it's weird because we had him for sale for a long time, and he just wouldn't sell. And I think he was kind of treated by the audience like, oh, that card maybe sucks a little bit. And I always thought Fishnet, not Starmie, Patrick was a great card, but, you know, the audience decides the price in a way because they kind of decide the demand for it. And I think I had plans to kind of list it up on eBay. Javier. All right. Because that's one of the things we're doing more recently. We're like double listing everything. Things are going up on the table and then they're going up on eBay at the same time. Here we go. Okay, I wonder if I put it in auction, what would happen? Here's, oh, we got that Consignment Pikachu. He's ready to be sent off to grade. Here's Venusaur. Here's Plains. You know, he's allowed to lower the price on that Pikachu. Yu-Gi-Oh! Force of Despair. You guys are also allowed to consign any raw cards in your bag if you want to try that. Isaac Lopez, the Snorlax break. You're going in. All right, Isaac Lopez. Jimothy, the Seattle God. What? What are you talking about? Hello, everybody. Almost finished work. What did I miss? Pokemons. Where are we storing these cards? Not are they in the back of the slab? Oh, they are. Okay, cool. So that's up to 3. This one's up. One more. Okay, that's now 3 out of 10. The lightning break's pretty cool too today. I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but that's a pretty cool one. XY Era Tyranitar Hollow, first edition. Notice that, first edition. They still had it at that point, didn't they? And yeah, just a wonderful Tyranitar Holo. So both of these are mega cool cards, and they're in an affordable range. So many cards now are thousands of dollars. So when I put a card up here as a break, maybe sometimes you're wondering, come on, bro, where's like the WotC era Charizard or the WotC era this or that? They're not available anymore. Unless we're selling them as like a 2 or a 3 or something like that. You want 10s, it's going to look like this now. Odd stuff, stuff that's not super well known, because if it was, it would then cost thousands of dollars. So you got to go for the ones that appear to have good fundamentals, but they're not as well known. So I'm helping you guys out. I'm curating good pulls here. Here's Andrew A. Martin. I'm curating, you know, cards that in the future people do talk about. They go, hey, did you see that, you know, Black Star promo Snorlax? So I'm trying to curate those kind of cards for you guys. The same cards I would invest in. So I have a couple of these Snorlaxes because I think he's pretty good. And if a card is already well known, well, then his price has already exploded, right? So you have to pick unknowns sometimes. So that's up to 4. Andrew Martin. Think most shops only buy PSA and BGS. No, that's definitely not true. I've been to a couple collected cons in Kansas City now. They got CGC too. CGC is in a lot of, I would say PSA and CGC. You see a lot of those. You actually don't see as much BGS. BGS, especially the ones that people actually want, pristine and black label, those are hard to find. I'm not sure why Tag has been struggling. CGC, I guess, is on the way up. Well, Tag is, they don't struggle to sell. Yeah, Tag, you know, price-wise, Tag does very well, but they are just shut down forever. I wish they would hurry the F up, dude. Their demand must be really high. Or maybe they have some other problem going on. Who knows? Maybe they're, like, rebuilding their whole facility. You know, maybe... Like, imagine how much work that is. Imagine you've got millions of cards to grade or something like that, right? Like, you have this big backlog, and they say, all right, the only solution here is we need to move over to a larger factory. You know, maybe they're in the process of doing that. Who knows? All right, so, you know, growing pains for sure, growing pains. Isaac Lopez and Andrew Martin, they just entered the Snorlax break. We now have an order from Ivan Rodriguez for the ZELLE. Tag prices have come down this month. Well, to be fair, I've seen a lot of prices come down on various cards. Here it is. All right. And when it comes to Tag Slabs, you know, it's a whole different company. So you're not going to see one-to-one pricing between PSA and Tag all the time. You're going to see some fluctuate up and down. It is. I get tired of the PSA dick riding, by the way. I really do. I've seen so many bad PSA cards for so long. And they just get a pass every single time. It's only the best company because people believe it is. That's it. No other thing. Like, I was saying this idea to Mike's side the other day. I said, your brain's a tool, but it doesn't necessarily care about the truth. It just cares about what you believe. So your brain's not a truth-finding mechanism. It's just a belief-holding mechanism. So PSA has the most value on eBay because everyone just believes that it has the most value. But when you look at their grading, it's not rocket science grading, is it? It's just some guys in a room saying if your card is a 10 or not. And a lot of companies can do that. It's easily replicatable. And yet somehow we just believe PSA has all the value. And it just kind of drives me nuts a little bit. Like, I probably have some PSA 10s right here that are not good. Let's see. Let's move this over here. All right. Let's take a look, shall we? Because if these were all CGC cards and they had the same problems, CGC would get eaten alive. But it's PSA, so it's fine. All right, instantly, white dot up there. Let's zoom in so you can see it. We're going to zoom in. There you go, white dot. Now, if this was a CGC gem mint, you'd go, aha, that's actually a PSA 9. That one's not exactly perfect either on this side. All right, here's Pikachu. I'd say he's a bit thin on the right. And look at that, little white edge right there. See that right there? Little white dot. Okay, that was graded in the 9s. That one's more recent. All right. How about this Lugia? He's graded in the 5s. What's this all about? Thin on the right, fat on the top? Off-center card. Visibly off-center. Okay. So how about this card? We got this guy. He looks pretty good, actually. They can't all be bad. This guy's probably terrible. He was graded in the 2s. I will hope that he's not. Yeah, he's a little guy. He got a little white edge down there. You can't see it very well because of all the marker on the card. How about this guy? Let's see this guy. So he was graded in the 9s. Look at the centering right there. Look at that centering. Isn't that wonderful? Terrible, man. If these were CGC gem mints, you'd pay nothing for them. And then you'd say, well, obviously it's off-center. Obviously there's something wrong with it. Right. Big white edge right there, right? Right there. All right, now here's the irony. Look, this is an actual CGC 10. Gem mint. Look at the centering. Look at the centering. Beautiful. Look at the card. Where's the print line on the card? Where is it? You tell me where the print line is. This is a CGC 10, guys. The card's goopy. I got to clean the card, okay? I got to clean. Maybe I'll clean it right now. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to get all your orders. Bear with me. All right, we need this to be clean so we can assess it. Where'd I put that green rag? Oh, I don't know where it is. All right, give me a second. I'll use this. Ugh. All right. I'm gonna just take it over here by the light, wipe it up a little bit. Okay. Okay. So I'm doing my best to get the slab all clean. Bringing it back to you guys so we can properly assess. Well, the slab still looks dirty. Where'd my green rag go? Okay, give me a second. Mister is on his rants again. I love it. Well, because I get so tired. I get so tired of PSA having like this monopoly. And it's all just in your head. It's in your head. They do the same grading as everyone else. And you can't be abused of that belief. So it's like this self-fulfilling prophecy, sort of. It needs to be re-encapsulated. All right. Let's get in there, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, the slab is no good. So, but I've looked at this many times. There's no print. The camera doesn't help, but there's no print lines on the actual hollow. Very important concept, okay? So you just have to take my word for it. The slab's not very clean. But now look at this. Huh? Look at this. Huh? That's a CGC 10, guys. No surface print line. Doesn't exist. That's a CGC 10. This is a better card than half the PSA 10s I just showed you. Now, every CGC 10 is not this good. There are lots of outliers where they shouldn't have been turned into 10s. I get that. But there's a lot of cases where that's true for PSA as well. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of hearing this, PSA's the best, PSA's the best, PSA's the best. How? Is it all of the white dots on their 10s? Is it all of the print lines in their 10s? Is it all of the white edges on their 10s? Is it all of the off-centering on their 10s? Like, what is it? This one's just got a clear white dot there. Now, again, I get that these are some older certs, but even this one. So this one's not an older cert. This one was just graded, and it's visibly off-center. Okay, so look at, if you can, I hate this camera. Look at how thin this is here. And then look at how wide it is on this side. This is visibly off-center on the front. You can see it with your own eyes. This was just graded. If BGS did the same, or I'm sorry, if CGC did the same thing, people would skewer them they'd say, this company sucks. Tell me how this is, because I thought myself this would be a 9. Tell me how this is a 10 with this side being so thin. Can they not see? Do they have eyeballs? And this side on the right, on the left, being so fat. That's fat. That's thin. I have eyeballs. I can see this with my eyes. If you guys had me pre-grade this, I'd immediately pre-grade it into a 9. PSA, it's a 10. This was just graded. So tell me, how is CGC terrible and PSA great? Because they're doing the same work, just coming up with a subjective grade on a card, and it's not rocket science. It's just not. There's no formula. There's no calculations. There's no, laser machine involved as far as I know. Maybe there is now. I don't know. But it's just an opinion. And this opinion, good. This opinion, bad. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's just what you believe, and that's all it is. It's just what people believe. So they've been told to believe that one company's the best, that no one ever was, and it should be worth $1 million. And oh, by the way, I only want to pay a quarter of the money for your CGC Gem 10, which I actually think that their label's ugly. So that's, you're not allowed to be ugly. But, so they've got all these problems over at CGC, and I literally have a cleaner. Actually, where's my Charizard? The gold, this is one of the craziest comparisons, actually. So one of the craziest comparisons is the Gem, is it here? Yeah. So the Gem Mint CGC grade is actually better than this one, but maybe that's not a fair comparison because this is quite old. Okay, I get that. This was graded a long time ago. The standards were different. But let's say I was selling these 2 Charizards, okay? Let's say I was selling these. You tell me which one of these will go for more money. This one, all day long, will go for like 3 times the price of this one, right? Okay, well, let's zoom in. Let's just see about this beautiful PSA 10. You tell me, okay? Look at that. Look at these 2 things right here. 1, 2. All day long, this will outsell the CGC 10 because everyone has, in their mind, they've made up their mind. They believe that this is better, or at least they believe other people believe it's going to be better. That's it. And so all day long, this PSA 10 is going to outsell that CGC Gem 10, and it's hilarious. It's honestly hilarious. It's like everything else in this world. It makes me very cynical because it's like, I don't know. It's all a mess, and that makes me cynical. Okay, so we'll go put this back. Hey, there's a USA bug. Oh, yuck! Well, at least centipedes eat other bugs. Maybe he'll eat all the flies out of the room. I show that to Karis real fast. He'll freak her out. Hold on, let me take a picture. So there you go. I've shown that to you guys every time. And I don't know if our social media makes an impact on that. But I've shown that off over and over again. No one cares. PSA 10s are still going to sell for the most. No one cares. It's called no one cares. Everyone believes that PSA is more valuable than the CGC Gem 10. It's a belief. It has nothing to do with reality. And you can't shake people out of their beliefs, no matter what you tell them. They will continue to believe whatever they believe. All right, so I'm going to give that to Mike's side as a potential rant about PSA versus CGC. And this occurred at 1 hour and 4 seconds. All right. I helped Mike's side with making clips there in case he's looking for content. You better kill that bug. As long as he doesn't crawl on me. Oh, okay, he can crawl on me a little bit. It's not a big deal. Here's Mr. Roki Hyun. He says, rocket break. You're in. All right, rocket break time, guys. So there's my rant. What do you guys think about that? I want to hear your thoughts on it a little bit. That bug looks like a corporate spy. All right, so shall we continue using the cheap split? I'm going to call it the vintage split. We're going to change the name of this bag because it's not cheap at all. We'll call it, let's call it, yeah, we'll call it vintage. What do you guys think of that rant? I know what I'm seeing with my eyes. I don't need anyone else's opinion. That's what kind of person I am. I'm a kind of person where I don't like other people's opinions. I don't really need them. I just kind of come up with my own opinion, and then I stick to it. I'm really stubborn that way. So I can't be convinced of things very easily. Slab away the Snorlax error. All yours, man. All right, here it is. Isaac Lopez. Check the Venmo again. Okay, we're going to check your Venmo. Let me go ahead and set this up. Isaac Lopez. There you have it. We're setting this up. Ugh. He's crawling now. He's moving around. I should show that to Alexis. She would like that. Okay. So, it's just how it is. Everyone knows the PSA is going to sell for more, but it shouldn't. Not all the time anyways. I think it's just kind of crazy to me. I've accepted the world's kind of crazy. I think I'm a little crazy. Okay, so we do these differently now. We say 7, 24, 26. That's the way we do it now. So we know the exact day you put it away. Okay, and it's going to say PSA 10, crimped, Snorlax, error. $200. You sent 50, so 30 is getting applied. 170 remains. There you go, Isaac. Thanks so much. She might quit. Oh, there's a lot of bugs. She works in the basement. That's where we have her all set up. So she sees some bugs. I'm going to send it to Alexis. She'll love it. Okay, let's see. All right. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I remember you saying you attribute 90% of your wealth thanks to PSA. So tell me you only hate when you used to love. What's the deal with you and PSA now? I like PSA. I don't hate them as a company. That's the thing. Ew, look how it moves. He's so gross. Some people get really crazy about it. Okay, so you got people who want to claim PSA is a monopoly. You got people who want to claim PSA is a monopoly. You got people who say you should, PSA sucks ass. They're the worst. They're the industry leader. So I'm not a guy who just plays devil's advocate. I'm not a guy who has a hard-on for PSA and I ride their PSA dick. I'm also not a guy who's closed-minded to anyone else. I'm not closed-minded to CGC. I'm not closed-minded to TAG. I'm not closed-minded to BGS. I try to be as closely in touch with reality as possible. So you get examples where people are too harsh on PSA, but you also get examples where people are too nice to PSA. You get both examples. So that's why you hear me talking both ways. Overall, I think they're still a powerful and good company. I don't like it when people just assume CGC 10s are terrible. I don't like that because it's not factually correct. There are very good CGC 10 gem mints out there. And that's true for TAG and that's true for other companies too. So I don't like it when people are not. Like I'm obsessed with being accurate about things. I'm obsessed with understanding things as they truly are. Here's Eric B. Colburn, 2 Star Wars Topps Galaxy, 1 G.I. Joe. It helps me, it helps me. You can't make emotional mistakes with your money if you plan on doubling your money. If you plan on growing your collection, if you want your collection to grow, not shrink, you have to be able to look and say, I'm scared to buy this CGC 10, but I can see it's actually good, And then same with PSA. You go, this PSA might be overpriced, and it has a white dot on the back. I'm walking away from that one. I'm going to plug my money somewhere else. You got to be able to do that when it's appropriate. And so if you're more like a person who just buys based off of your beliefs rather than what's in front of your eyes, well, I'm going to outmaneuver you. A G.I. Joe pack. Oh, yeah. Eric B. Colburn. All right. All I said was card shops mainly buy PSA and BGS. Never said I prefer CGC. I don't know if I was talking specifically about you, Serge. I'm talking about, like, the whole hobby. Like, for example, you mentioned there's card shops that would do that. Well, I think they're making a huge mistake. But that's okay. They can go make that mistake because I'm over here doing good. And maybe it's not exactly my job to, give advice to somebody who's in the same market as me. But still, you guys are my audience, and I like to share my thoughts with you guys, like what I really think about it. Here we are. All right. Tossing this over here. Ew, he's so gross. He's so gross, dude. It's so yucky when he crawls. Let's blow on him. Does he feel it? Does he smell it? I don't know how bugs work. They're like little robots. They're like nasty little biological robots. All right. You ever think about that? You guys should kiss and make up. Let's see. Sir, you shut your mouth. Oh, I see. Mister, you like transparency and competition. It keeps the competition nature amongst consumers of big corporations. I do think it's good for the grading companies to have to compete with each other. But more importantly, I want you guys to be open-minded to a good card when it pops up, even if it's not strictly a PSA 10. Like I remember Mr. Louis used to come in and he'd say stuff like, I only buy PSA 10s. It's like, well, I buy anything that's good because it's not PSA that decides whether something's good or not. Reality decides if something's good or not. So PSA tries to advise you on what's good by saying it's a 10, but PSA can be wrong. And in fact, PSA is wrong sometimes. Like, for example, when they grade a card 10, that should have been a 9, or they grade a card 9, that should have been a 10. And so, you know, PSA isn't God. Nice, dude. He's pulling holographic Baroness. All right, cool. So who printed these? Wizard of the Coast did. The same company that printed the Pokemon base set and everything all the way up to Sky Ridge. So pretty cool. How nice is that? I think if you know what cards will get 9 at PSA but 10 at CGC, you'll end up making more money. Yeah, that's a fair point. You know, trying to decide which company to grade with can be important too. Yeah, if a card was going to get 9 at PSA but it gets a gem in at CGC, you're going to get a higher payout. But it all depends on how the PSA grader felt that day. Did his girlfriend have sex with him that night? No? Okay, well, you're getting a 9. That's one of the biggest complaints about PSAs, the consistency. And the reason that, you know, complaints like that are earned. They earned that complaint because people like myself have experienced that inconsistency with the grading. You send the same card back to PSA and it grades 10 the second time. You know how many times I've done that now? You know how many times I've sent, like we got a Squirtle back, PSA the first time they graded it 6. We send the Squirtle back, comes back a 9. You know what kind of difference in the value is between a 6 and a 9? How significant it is that they messed that up? So all I had to do was give them, you know, another $30 or whatever it was, because remember, you got shipping to them, return shipping, all that stuff, all that good stuff, taxes. They charge you taxes at checkout. And so the real cost of grading is higher than they claim it is. That's how it works with all of them. And so anyways, so you grade the card. Now you've dumped $60 into grading it. And finally, you have the grade that it deserves. I only regraded it because I knew it was wrong. But the grader working for PSA, who probably earns like $20 an hour or maybe less, he didn't know. He probably doesn't give a crap because they have to mass produce these grades. So yeah, mistakes happen and consistency is key. But this brand just gets a huge pass. Everyone just sucks their D and just says, they're the best, they're the best, they're the best, they're the best. And it's like, bro, they're good. They're good. But give the other brands a chance, you know. Give the other companies a chance. They're doing the same exact work. And again, it's not rocket science. It just isn't. It's not complicated. Does it have a white dot? Does it have a lip? Does it have a print line? Does it have splotching? Does it have a smudge? You know, does it have a ding? Does it have ratty edges that are all puffy? Or does it have off-centering? Anyone could do that. You could sit down and do that. PSA could hire you to be God and hand out 10s and 9s. Because a 10 is worth thousands and a 9 is worth sometimes less than 100. So you can be God and decide that like this. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You're like God. You're like, that's a 10. You just changed someone's life. You're paid $20 an hour. It's nuts. And then the inconsistencies, just, it's not right. You know, it's a kind of worth talking about how poor that is. We're heading back to Venmo now. We're checking in on Mr. Zachary. All right, Zachary, I'm going to log directly into Venmo for you and see what it says on my side from my phone, okay? Okay, so on my phone, it says on hold, Zachary. So it is still on hold, all right? So now we know, Mr. Zach, I hope you were listening to that. PSA, please submit again. Yeah, that is a pretty, now what is this? I got an offer. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to not accept that offer. Here's the website's turn. We're going to hit refresh on the website now. If I order shipping, will it be shipped today? Says ZPLTL man. You would be shipped and now the centipede is gone. He had to have fallen. Yuck. So the shipping is done on Friday, and then it ships out on Saturday. So yeah, if you offer to ship your cards right now, Alexis should be coming in later today. Thanks for the question. Here's Mark Kaplan. He's next. A 151 and a pitch black. You got it, man. Here we are. All right, there it is. Website is better than Venmo. I heard Tag wanted to set up grading. I like Venmo. Venmo's probably doing a security check or something like that. Good for them for doing that. You might, if it's stuck really bad, give them a quick call. Tell them it was really you placing the order, okay? You lost the centipede? Yeah. I heard Tag wanted to set up grading pods at local card shops. Seems like a cool idea, but they got to figure out their backlog first. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. So maybe they want to share their scanning technology or something like that to help you decide whether to grade it. And honestly, if people had that technology, what they might do is decide not to grade a lot of cards. They might say, I'm not grading this. It's going to get a 9. And think about how that might improve backlogs at like PSA, BGS, all of them. So it's an interesting idea. Oh, no, the centipede's still around. He's just further down the wall. I take it back. Look, there he is. Ugh, gross, dude. Okay, he's just crawling all over the place. All right, Mr. Mark, let's see. Oh, right, your bag's right next to us. Haha, because I said, let's keep his bag right next to us. There we go. Thank you, Mark. It says PokeBruhs 25 and it says raw cards. What is this? PokeBruhs. I've sold them on and off for like a couple years, and they never really take off. Here they are. They're $25, and we're going to use the same shuffling technique when picking out your pack, okay? So these will be a shuffled product, just like the other things, and you just get Pokemon cards, okay? All right. He's going to fall in someone's bag. Make the bug go away. He's a bug type. Catch him. It's Centiskorch, everybody. Centiskorch. All right, I believe what we have here is another Anthony Paniagua order. Is that right? Who is this? He wants 2 of the Topps Chrome SpongeBobs. I don't know who you are, so I'm going to log in first to double check, okay? No name in the order. I hate bug types. It was hovering over the K-box. Computer. Me want Chad-Izard. It looks like it's for Anthony Paniagua. Okay, good. So now I can go grab 2 packs of the Chrome SpongeBob, which we actually restocked that product the other day because I thought it was a good product. So good products get restocked. Products where I expect the price could be higher in the future, I stock more of it ahead of time. Here goes. All right, you ready? Trying to pull that fishnets. Might as well. At least my bag is in the shipping zone far away. Is it? All right. We can toss him in there in a little baggie and include it in your cards. Boy, what an awful surprise that would be. Here, Sea Bears. Hop Along Squidward. The Moon. Ooh, out of 50. Well, what even is this? I don't remember this. Episode 98. Whatever happened to SpongeBob? An amnesia episode, huh? That's out of 50. That's hilarious. Okay, SpongeBob continues to delight. Here's the Masters of Land and Sea. These are not cheap. These are very pricey packs. So if you're telling me Fishnet's Patrick Star is available, I'm wondering if these are going up in price. I love that card. What a face. A face only a mother could love. Okay. And Sea Bears. This is a classic. Sea Bears, where he had to draw that line in the sand with chalk or something, right? All right. We watched SpongeBob when I was a kid. It was funny as hell, man. I wasn't a kid, though. I was already, like, kind of a teen almost. And my mom hated this show. She was a harsher person than I am. I'm a harsh person in certain ways, right? Kind of a boring type. She was even more boring somehow. She never watched TV. forever. I don't know how she did that, because we all loved it. She didn't watch TV. She didn't read, you know, like fantasy novels. She didn't watch movies. She really didn't even listen to much music. I don't know how a person does that. She must have been a certain type. You know anybody in your life like that? Here's Firmly Grasp It. I used to read comic books, and she didn't like that. She thought it was bad. I used to read like Charlie Brown and Calvin and Hobbes, for heaven's sake. And that was considered sort of like, you know, gratuitous or something. Helen the Felon. I don't remember this character either. Never watched SpongeBob. It looks horrible. A hardened criminal disguised as an innocent child. Yeah, I don't remember that one. Here's the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. Okay. Here's the pizza episode. Okay. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza. Here's Priscilla. I don't remember that one. Priscilla was a light purple fish. And here's, hey pal, you just blow in from Stupid Town? Well, I'd grade a whole bunch more of these. These are hilarious, man. I love them. Okay, so there we go. That's a refractor. So you got a refractor there. That's for you. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Congratulations on the out of 50 SpongeBob. That's heavy. That's a big one. Bag 1, bag 2. If you have a bag 3, that's Anthony Haymeyer. Andrew Martin. All right, so you're on to bag 3 now. Website orders do not automatically ship, right? That's correct. No one's order automatically ships ever. To ship, you need to send in $9 and say, please ship. That's how we do it, okay? So we store your bags over here because we assume you're going to add stuff to it. You're going to add more stuff over time. And this saves you a lot of money because it's much smarter to ship it all together. Baggie number 3. There you go, Mr. Anthony. Thank you so much. You've been a pretty big customer. Those are some top tier comics. I just finished watching The Boys. The last season feels rushed. Exactly. The last season is definitely rushed. They had to squeeze in this epic fight in like one episode. And a lot of people pointed out that Homelander sent the tech CEO to the moon like that instantly. But when he needs to fly away from Kimiko and his son and the guy, Butcher, he like has to take off for like 3 seconds or something. You know, so a lot of people pointed out right in the episode itself is a major inconsistency. All right, let's see what we got here. Mr. Mark, did we take care of your order for the... Yeah, we did that already. We're good on that. So that is good. Let's see. We have a payment received from Mr. Osmer Ahmed. What's up, man? He says 2 Code Geass, 1 Sneaker Bunker Volume 2, 1 Poke Shuffle. Yes, sir. Your wish is my command. This website orders don't automatically ship. I'm surprised she let you watch Pokemon. It was like an early morning thing. It was weird. She just didn't get enjoyment out of those kind of things, you know, TV. And it's weird because I'm an adult and I don't enjoy movies that much. So I have to have a slice of that in me. It has to be. It is. I'm going to go ahead and dump a spot in the Charizard in the box to help the Charizard along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12. That equals 60. I didn't know the website order was 3 151s. No problem. I'm sure you'll be your turn again in a second. 1 spot. Zard. This is $60. No reroll. That's because it is a star spot. So we're adding this star spot to the Poke Shuffles. All right, we got to go around, Mr. Mark. So now we got to let other people have their turn. So we pulled Mr. Asmer's Poke Shuffle, didn't we? I'm not going crazy, am I? Let's go grab the 2 Code Geass. I did it in an order where that's something I should have done after pulling his card. And I have no memory of pulling it because I sometimes run on autopilot a little bit. Did you guys know that? I run on autopilot. Yes, you did. Isn't that funny? I did pull it, and then I added the item to the box, and then I said, wait, did I pull that thing? It's weird because I can imagine myself doing it, but I can't remember if that's just imagination, like I created a memory. Here goes, 2 code Geass. I know my orders don't always come... Oh, good point. Yeah, good point. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the website's funny. You place an order and it looks like your old order. There we go. Okay, what do we got? It helps when someone else is also ordering on the site at the same time. Boy, how about that massacre yesterday in the Sneaky Bunkos? I'm probably going to give Miss Kara Nichols some subsidized grading to help her out, help her get some of her money back, because that was so rough. All right, let's see. Here's Chess Game and Kalen Kozouki. So that will probably lose me some money, but her round was so rough, I kind of want to help. I don't like seeing anybody lose too much. There you go. No snipe coming in the code Geass. No snipe coming in the Sneaky Bunko. Should I trade 9 PSA 10 Umbreon Terra Festivals for 1 CGC 10 Blaine's Charizard First Edition? I mean, if it's correct, if the trade's correct, it is nice to get rid of a bunch of 9s, isn't it? Are you asking me which one do I think will do better over time? Ooh, that's a good question. I actually lean toward the Charizard. And you're referring to a Gem 10, aren't you? I think I lean more toward the Gem 10 Charizard. He's just really iconic, and there's a lot more of those Umbreons that are going to be pulled over time. Here's Mr. Zach Benson. 1 box of Sneaker Bunko, 1 Harry Potter, Diagon Alley, and shipping. Okay, Diagon Alley. And the box of Sneaky Bunko. I'm going to go grab it. I got to stand up for it, okay? All right, here we are. Okay. I think you put my cards in the wrong bag. Really? Okay, give me a second. Let's correct that. Let's correct that. I think you may be right. Sorry about that. That's why I do all the bags on the screen. I find it's important so that we don't make that mistake. Your bag and his bag were touching. I probably just reached in the box and grabbed the wrong one. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. There we go. Diagon Alley, Sneaker Bunko. Mr. Zach. Okay. Let's see what we got. We're going to end up selling through all the Sneaker Bunko at this rate. Here are the ladies. How much of this do we have left? We got 3 sealed cases and most of a 4th case. So, yeah, we're kind of zooming through this. The Zard has a white dot on top corner, but I want it. Okay. So you're talking about a Gem 10 that does have a clear, visible flaw. That's interesting. The trade's closer then, because one of my complaints with CGC is they got these Gem 10s that are not very good. And we know that those would just convert directly into a PSA 9. Monseed Poison, Quidditch Through the Ages, Canceled Practice, The Standard Book of Spells. I should sit Karis down and read her Harry Potter for fun. I think she'd love that. Dog Biscuits. We haven't done that since we were kids. Potions, Transfiguration, Injured, Practical Joke, Through the Arch. All right, there we have it. So if you're talking about a Charizard with a clear white dot, I think CGC should do a buyback program and get those cards out of here. They should just downgrade those to a CGC 9.5, because they still have that grade, right? They still offer CGC 9.5s. But when they did the upgrade, they took all the cards they had already graded, all the 9.5s, and they bumped them up to 10. Now, I don't think they should have done that. They should reevaluate everyone's card. They should say, sorry, your card now gets reevaluated. If it's a strong 9.5, it gets bumped into a 10. If it's a weak 9.5, it gets placed into a new 9.5 holder. That's what they should have done. And I don't think people would have even complained too much about it. They'd have been like, well, it already was a 9.5, right? So they should have just done that. Their decision to upgrade all 9.5s into CGC 10s poisoned the value of that brand. Because now you look at the Gem 10s, you wonder, well, what's wrong with it, you know? Now, a PSA 9 of a card can still be worth a lot of money, so that's fine. Right, like if you have a Gem 10, it's got a white dot, okay. So then it's a Gem 10 with a white dot. It's a weak 10, or you could call it a 9.5. And a 9.5 traditionally did sell for more than a PSA 9. But it probably shouldn't say 10 is the only thing. That's my belief about it, is unless it's a really small white dot, which sometimes they're very small, unless it's a very small white dot, it might be better to call it 9.5 and to price it as a 9.5. And that's kind of what's happened. So a lot of the CGC Gem 10s are priced as if they were a 9.5. And that makes a lot of sense. We go, whoa, look at this girl. She's got hair. Boop. We're looking for Siggies, right, guys? One Siggy, Mr. Zach, one Siggy. It would make sense if they priced it as a 9.5. And so when you go to eBay, that's what you see. But there's this problem now where some of the CGC Gem 10s are proper 10s. They're just kind of weak 10s, but they're proper 10s. And they don't get any value added to them in the CGC Gem 10 holder. So CGC has a problem. Buyback program. They got to do it. Even just announcing there's a buyback program immediately raises the value of the brand. They say, we're doing a buyback program. Sell us your weak Gem 10s. We're going to downgrade them to 9.5 and resell them on eBay. And then we're going to buy the Slab from you at the last buy it now price. That's what they should do. Or the last sold price or whatever, right? Here we are. Ooh. CGC's reputation's too tarnished, 9.5s to 10s, and then the prototype scandal. You know, I don't know about the prototype scandal being a big deal. I will say this. I would be a little more nervous to buy prototypes from CGC, right? Like, okay, CGC prototypes, those scare me. Because as it turns out, it's pretty hard to evaluate those. But, you know, if you put like just a standard card in there, I'm not scared of that. But yeah, so the advice there is maybe don't buy any prototypes. But like, look at this. Am I scared about this card? No. Am I scared about this card? This pristine 10 Emperor? No. No one's wasting their time on this Emperor. Am I scared about this guy? No. This is really hard to replicate. You can just look at it and, oh yeah, that's a Topps card, all right. So I'm not worried about these. But the prototype cards are like this card no one really witnessed. And so you better have some special method to truly determine what they are, to truly, you know, provide evidence that they are from 1995 or whatever they are, and that they're these cards that were printed back then. And they failed. They failed at verifying that. They were too quick to verify, which rightfully gives PSA a better look. All right, Mr. Zach, not a Siggy box. If you want to try again before your cards officially go out, feel free. I'll make the label, okay? But you can add another box to your bag, okay? So let's go grab his baggie. Okay, give me a minute. Mr. Zach, sublist on Rocket, please. CGC's reputation is too tarnished. Removing the perfect 10 was a mistake. Yeah, so I agree with that as well. Maybe they removed it because it was slowing down their work, sort of like workflow, to have to check for perfect 10s. And they said, well, we want to scale. We want to grade millions of cards. We don't want to be BGS. We don't want to be the company that checks for perfect. So maybe that's what they decided on that. But sadly, that was one of the main things I loved about CGC. I loved that they were a cheap, fast alternative to Beckett for checking for perfect 10s. And I sold a number of perfect 10s, and I purchased a number of perfect 10s. I liked it. So it did make me sad when they announced they were removing that. It's like they removed a service. You don't want to remove services. All right, Mr. Zach, I'm logging into PayPal to get your information, okay? So PayPal is where we get your shipping information since this order came in through PayPal. Let's see. We're logging in. It had me create a passkey to then just tell me later that my passkey doesn't work. Like, what's the point? All right. Wait, how did you order? Oh, you ordered through ZELLE. I'm so dumb. You ordered through ZELLE. Okay, so to get you shipped, why did I think you ordered through PayPal? You did not. You ordered through ZELLE. I'm so engrossed in the conversation today. I've been a little distracted. All right, Zach, so here's how we do the shipping. You need to send me an email at TheCardconomist@gmail.com. So it's just my name @gmail.com. Send me your shipping address, and then what I'll do is I'll create the label, and you'll be good to go. And next time you won't have to email me because it'll be saved. Okay, sound good? So let's get that let's get that shipping address from you in an email, and you'll be all ready to go. All right. Pretty easy. Let's see. I'm gonna hit refresh on this. This is the last time you'll see these. Mr. Mark, it's been kind of a busy stream, hasn't it? I'm gonna set this over here while we wait for that. I want to send my CGC Perfects to BGS, but kind of risky. Yeah, because you know BGS is not going to turn them into, BGS isn't going to take them and turn them into black labels because it's almost a handout. It's almost like a freebie for CGC if you do that. People will say, look, my CGC Perfect transformed into a black label. Look how good it is. And CGC is a competitor for BGS. And so I truly believe they're gonna say, don't give that a black label. They're gonna say, give it a pristine, maybe. All right. I'm putting you on here, Zacchaeus. All right, there we go. Good. Well, I don't want this to be here. Good. This guy moved a lot. New pack split. This guy's up to 1. This guy's up to 14. Wow, a lot of progress. Okay, looks like I might have just received that shipping address, everybody. Let me take care of this, okay? Let me make him his label. Jumping over here. First time shipping for Mr. Zach. Let me make sure I spell your name right, because that's important. Okay. Okay. Oops. And now let's grab that email. Grabbing, oh, come on now. Grabbing all this. Good. Popping that in there. Oops. Popping this in here. Let's grab that email so we can get you your tracking number. Your tracking number goes automatically to your email that you just provided me. And now we can make this slightly heavier in case you decide to add anything to it. Okay, and print. Wow, that was fast. It found the cost of your label really fast. I wonder why it takes so long with other labels. Because your label, it knew right away what to charge. We need a centipede camera. Yeah, centipede's gone now. I don't know where it went. Was that fun? I'm going to order another box. Perfect. I'll set your bag right here so we know to grab it. And I actually brought a bonus box in the room in case someone else ordered right after you. Because sometimes if you open a box and it's cold, other people go, oh, maybe a higher chance of the signature now. Jose Trevino, 10 Poke Shuffles and a round of shipping. Payments that were on hold finally went through one overpayment for 45. Sounds good. All right, so let's go grab that. Sounds like you had something on hold and it went through. Okay. Sorry for the delay on that. You know, I don't control that. That's not up to me. That's always the processing companies. There it is. It says minus 45. That would be the hold. Okay. Now he says 10 Poke Shuffles and a round of shipping. All right. Sounds good, man. So let's go. We're going to toss this away. We don't need it anymore. Mr. Jose Trevino, you waited the longest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 11. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He just gets a cold round anyways. No! All that waiting for a cold round? Come on, bro. Let me give you some free ones, okay? I'm going to give you some free ones. I got these free ones. You get some free ones, okay? We like you, Mr. Jose Trevino. All right, you got 4 free ones. That's pretty good. Everyone doesn't get 4 free ones. These are 4 very gradable, decently expensive when they're done grading Mario poker cards, okay? And by the way, these are all probably grading 10. This is like top stock product. This is the top shelf product. I mean, good stuff. Sometimes I just don't bother grading them all because I've got plenty of them. And, you know, I just am too lazy to grade every single one of them. So I grade like all the Mario ones. All right. That sucks, dude. Let's go grab your bag. He says he wants to ship out. So we got another label to make here, guys. I don't blame them. It is Friday after all. Okay, some bonus cards in there. Do you think the market will actually start to care about the card inside more than the grade? Your question could be rephrased as, do you think humans will generally be stupid or humans will generally be smart? You know, one of the things I noticed growing up, when I listened to like the self-help guys, when I listened to the guys who talked about how to make money, there was a certain saltiness to them all the time. I call it like a crustiness. And it was always really off-putting. Like, why are these guys so excessively negative? And I didn't really get it. You know, I thought like, dude, just like chill out or something. I'm older now, and it's like, that is me. I don't know, like, I feel crusty. You get older, and you just sort of realize over time that the world is remarkably stupid. And it's just like the fallen nature of man or something. I can't describe it to you. But no, I mean, like, why do people spend all their money going to Disneyland instead of buying stocks? Why do people spend all their money going to Disneyland instead of paying off their car, paying off their home, buying Pokemon cards if they're going to go up by like triple or quadruple the amount they used to be worth, buying crypto if crypto is going to double? People spend all this money doing like the most stupid things ever you've ever heard of. I listened to a Caleb Hammer video. They're talking. Maybe you guys listen to him too for fun, but I get clips from him on TikTok, and he's talking to this couple where this guy spent $40,000 on guns. Now I don't know if they're collectible guns or not, so maybe there's a case where collectible guns go up in value. But let's argue for a second that they don't go up in price, because I haven't really heard of that. Who's spending $40,000 on guns? So I think that there's like 10% of the market that's very intelligent and competitive, and that's your competition, and those are the guys who are making the smart moves all the time. And then I just think there's just maybe like 40% of people are more like in the middle, and then there's this whopping 50% of society that's just purely irrational, pure irrationality. They shoot themselves in the foot. They make all the worst decisions in life. And that's it. And that's the world. So the world's mostly crazy. 90% of the world's mostly crazy. And I think that 10%, the people who are really competitive, they might be really cynical, mean people. It's the other thing I begin to realize. It's like, at some point, I think you just turn crusty. You just crust over. Your eyes crust over. Your nose gets crusty. Your ears get crusty. You just become this crusty person. All right. So there it is. So it's like you can't exist in this world and have a desire for things to be ordered correctly. Things are just done the way they're supposed to be done. Things are considerate. Things are the way they should be. You can't expect that because it just doesn't happen, because humans are humans. We're hairless apes. We're primates. We're mammals. We're not We're not robots. We're not angels. Humans create depictions of angels because we can understand the idea of perfection or idealism. But the reason we think an awful lot about those things is because of how far away we are from them. And then society splits into two groups, you know, maybe the more cynical group, maybe the more hopeful group, I don't know, or maybe the nice guys and the mean guys, maybe the sharks and the sheep, maybe, you know, we got all these terms, survival of the fittest versus, you know, helping the poor. We split into these two groups with how to deal with the flaw of reality, the sort of darkness of nature. And yeah, so if you were to ask me this question, you know, you think the market will actually start to care about the card inside, which is a really specific niche question for Pokemon cards? The answer is no. Do I think that humans will suddenly gain the ability to perceive things at a really deep level? Definitely not. Definitely not, because cheap slogans are going to work on you. Your beliefs cannot be easily changed. You don't have the ability to doubt what the leaders tell you. And some people do, though. Maybe you guys do. Maybe we're talking about it. Maybe you guys are just a little sharper. I don't know. All right, we got Team Rocket Grunt. Can you please lower the Huntail? All right, you got it. So we're going to lower the Huntail to 69. Ooh. Let's go grab them. So this is a little change on the Huntail price. I think I sold mine for 75 in the box, you know. So that's probably a clever move. We're all a little crusty. Well, you know, maybe I just haven't had a donut in a long time because I'm on Wegovy. Give me a donut and I'll be more like Santa Claus. I don't know. Listen, I'm supposed to be losing weight, but without my junk food, what do I really have in life anymore? I don't smoke, I don't drink. I don't have a lot after that. I think the food was my version of a cigarette. You know, people feel better after they have a smoke. Well, I feel better after a donut, and I don't have those things right now. Where is it? Where's the Huntail? I gotta find the Huntail. It's not on the table, is it? Okay. Oh my God, it's gonna be on the table, isn't it? Give me a second here. Oh my God, it's definitely on the table somewhere. Rocket sublist. Yes. Sounds good. Did you send an order in for that, or are you asking me to spend store credit on it? I don't remember if you have $25 of store credit. Oh, maybe you're asking me to start a sublist. Oh, we don't have a sublist yet. So he's asking me to start one. Okay, I'll start a sublist. Got me a Snickers. Everyone feels better after a donut. Yeah, you got to remember, I'm not having any more donuts. Have that donut just takes the edge off of everything. It's like, who cares? That a donut? All right, give me a second here. But donuts are bad for you. That's why I'm out of shape. Team Rocket Grunt, we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to say, wait, why did I say Team Rocket Grunt? Because we're working on a Team Rocket Grunt order, and that's a Team Rocket pack. So this is going to say sublist. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4. $25. So there you have it. There's a sublist to help the Team Rocket pack split along, because Mr. Ki-Hyun Rowe doesn't want to wait forever for this to go off. Throw that away. We haven't updated your Huntail. We got to find the Huntail real fast. Let's see if he's on the table real fast. Might be on the table, but where is he? What are your thoughts on doing DMT? Is that one of those like mind expanding drugs? I don't really have any opinions on it too much. I think people are always looking at a way to sort of like enjoy existence. And for me to enjoy existence, I gotta have something I'm enjoying, like Pokemon cards, right? And so, you know, some people want to enjoy existence by doing a drug. It scares me a little bit. I'm typically more like, hey man, that's just a chemical. You're directly putting it in your body. So that does make me a little bit nervous. But other than that, I have no opinions on it because I don't know anything about it. I don't know where your Huntail is. Did the Huntail get mixed into the box? Wait, I know what we should do. So I'm having trouble locating the Huntail right now, right? I should go into the website and check the Nines channel There it is. It's in the 9s channel. All right. Huntail located. It got incorrectly put into the 9s box. That's why we can't find it. Perfect. That's what I suspected, because if it's not in the consignment box, well, it has to be somewhere. And if it's not on the table, the next best place to look is the 9s channel. Well, we put it at the very hardest point to reach in the box. What the hell, dude? Dude, we're searching for your Huntail for like 20 minutes. There he goes. Whew. That's why it's important to sort the cards correctly. All right, so he's having this changed to $69, I believe. Tag orders being in image processing for like a month, so unacceptable. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if I would use the word unacceptable, because it's not like my PSA orders didn't come back after like half a year. So, you know, if PSA can have half a year, I suppose Tag can too. It sure would be nice if they sped it up. But what that tells me is the image processing is the easy part. So they got the easy part done already. All right. Here we are. Patience Padawan. That can go back up on the table now. So he's for sale again, just $69. 2 Poke Shuffles, Team Rocket Grunt. Yeah, I mean, if they can, if PSA can take 6 months to return one of my submissions, I guess Tag can have 6 months as well. Like, that's just how it is, too. But yeah, it is peculiar. They seem really shut down. Did they receive like the world's biggest backstock somehow secretly? 2 Cold Ones. You know, because before the shutdown, they were kind of returning our submissions pretty fast. So I don't know what exactly happened. They must have. I mean, we were getting our submissions back like boom, 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 and then they said, "All right, we're shut down." It's like, really? Near the end, they were taking a little longer near the end. Joseph Smith, 2 Poke Shuffles. You got it, man. Also, take out the PSA 8 Brock from the 9s channel. $69 cent. Sounds good. PSA 9 Brock. So this is for Joseph Smith. He's got 2 Cold Ones. Joseph Smith, 2 Cold Ones. Sorry, Joseph. Here's Ivan Rodriguez. The Doug Trio on the table. There goes Mr. Ivan. Very nice. Nobody wants their cards to take a long time to grade, but everybody wants to grade cards. So there's a very high demand and a lack of supply. That's why you guys got to do some TCC grading. You know, it's funny. I was telling Karis we should bring the encapsulator up and put it into her room, and she could do the encapsulations. And she said kind of yes to that. She's like, yeah, we can do that. So maybe she thinks that's an interesting idea. All right, Mark's been waiting a while. It's his turn next. Mark Kaplan, who wants 3 151s. And 1 Destined Rival. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with it all, Mr. Mark. We're just busy, busy, busy. It's a typical busy Friday. Fridays are busy. Do you have any pitch black boxes that come with the coin? The coin? Like a booster box that comes with the coin? Is that what you're saying? I've never heard of that. Or do you mean like a premium box that comes with the coin? You know, like one of those, like pin collection or whatever that kind of stuff is. I just got booster boxes. Is the coin good? Here's Electivire. Venmo telling me that it could be on hold for 3 weeks. Bro, why is that? Did they explain why? That's so dumb, dude. It is. That's no good at all, man. 3 weeks. Well, at least it wasn't $200. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. You should ask them how to avoid that in the future. And if you need alternative ways to pay, we accept PayPal. And Zelle's actually the best one. So Zelle is like a transaction between your bank and my bank. And the reason it's so good, there are no fees. I love it. PayPal actually takes 3%. I think Venmo takes almost 3%. I can't remember how much they take. Ironically, PayPal owns Venmo. It's a PayPal product. So Venmo is owned by PayPal. But we have PayPal, we have Zelle. And if you're buying with the Zelle, because of those savings, we put you into a free giveaway. So it's like a cashback program. So I'm always telling people, try out Zelle. Here we are. He said it could be the comments on the order. Oh, yeah, that's happened before. They need to know that there's no illegal activity going on. And for whatever reason, sometimes they get triggered. Let me see what you said. I'm curious. Yeah, no idea. It said, oh, actually, it says right here, it can take up to 21 days. To help fight against fraud, we may delay or hold a payment on your account. It's not fraud. It's authentic. I wonder if I can call them if it changes anything. All right, here we are. That's happened before, by the way. And the irony is somebody did do a fraud on us, and they didn't catch that. Isn't that odd? So they didn't catch that. Okay, that's for you, Mr. Mark Kaplan. Here it is. Yeah, good game. The ETB, I don't think he has any. He said it could be the comments on the order. The ETB has the coin. Ah, yeah, that sucks, man. I don't like that at all. It just happens, you know, it happens probably because you're doing this behavior sort of like, it's kind of a new thing and they're making sure that it's not fraud. Thank you, Mark. Next up, we have an order. Eric Colburn with the big order. He says, a pitch black, a Japanese abyss eye, a Japanese abyss eye. That's way over here. Yeah, don't forget about abyss eye. Abyss eye hands out the same dark eye, everybody. Then he says, to PSA grade, one of each abyss eye and pitch black, please get a dark eye art for each pack. Okay, hang on. You're talking about booster pack grading. Is that what you're talking about? Before we go through with it, let's double check the prices on it because we haven't done booster pack grading in a while. Let's see. Booster pack grading, 55. All right. So let me just do a quick analysis of booster pack grading. You'll be the first one in that submission because no one else has any packs grading with me right here. But I can put one together. I can grade some of my own. Okay, we're going to say we want to see if they've changed their price. Probably not. I'm a little scared of pack grading because I wonder how long it'll take. Let's see. I'm not surprised you did that, though. Looks like it hasn't changed, so we should be able to do it. All right, and your message includes more information. It says, please get a Darkrai art. All right, you got it. Now, of course, this guy's only Darkrai. And the other one is right here. I like this one. He's a little cleaner looking than the rest. All right, there we go. So there we go. Okay. Now, here's how that will look. We'll be needing these. Oh, yeah, I saved that, didn't I? That's so funny that I found that. Okay. Okay. Notice I do not put the booster pack inside of the semi-rigid. I've seen people do that. I get cards in the mail where they do that. It's super annoying because it seems to me like it's not designed to fit in there. So I never do that because it seems like it would crush all those cards. It's like trying to fit 10 cards in the semi-rigid. Like, just don't. Like, why are we risking this? It's not worth it. Like, you could do a sandwich with 2 semi-rigids. Like, we effectively get a sandwich, right? Because here's a semi-rigid, and here's one. And so when you lay them on top of each other, a sandwich has been created. See? So we do that. So let's put your name in. So we're going to say Eric Colburn. P for PSA. Eric Colburn. Now, I can't promise how fast this will be submitted to PSA, all right? Because we're going to let other people start to join it. So we might do it in about 1 month. And then I got to put some of my own packs together to grade as well, okay? I'll put you over here now into the grading pile. We like to have multiple people in the submission. You know why? Because that brings down the average cost of shipping, right? Because shipping will be like a flat fee no matter what. Shipping could be like $40 to $50 or something. So, okay, well, if we have 50 items in there, it becomes $1 per item. So that's a very important idea there. Combined shipping brings the cost, the average cost of shipping down per item. Next up, we have Mr. Zach Benson. He says, 1 more box of Sneaker Bunko, 1 pack of the Chinese 151 Journey. You got it. Let's see, Journey. Here it is. I'm going to send for another pack raid, but with Fortnite. Now, one box of the Sneaker Bunko, which I saved right over here. Okay, I'm letting you guys know we're running out of time now. It's almost 6:30. I know we started late. We've got 2 hours in. A busy 2 hours. Keep in mind, we go live again tonight for the Friday nighttime stream. Wait, is it Friday? It's Friday, right? But I do got to hop off because Karis will crucify me if I work too much. She won't crucify me. I don't know. Maybe that just rhymed with her name. So there's that. Karis will get upset if I go live for too long, okay? Okay. Put this over here. Put this over here. I'm going to send for another pack grading, but with Fort Mr. Just send on site. Sounds good. So there we go. Pack grading, guys. If you want to send a booster pack out, we're going to do a round of pack grading. I'm offering a middleman price of $55, okay? That includes everything. That includes me doing the work, but it also includes me shipping it out for you. There it is. All right. Okay. It includes the taxes. There's taxes, by the way. When you check out, there's taxes. Here's these three ladies. Oh, yeah. And here's a holo. You might want that. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Hey, Mr. Any news on the PSA submission from January? No news. All of the submissions are just sitting there, doing nothing. Not changing, not updating. They're all just sitting there. Here's a holo. Yep. PSA. Well, you know, PSA sent us like 3 or 4 submissions back very quickly recently, right? And so there's a thing PSA does where once they've sent you back a couple submissions, they take like a break from sending you stuff. So I think that's one of the ways they do it. I bet you their system is designed kind of like ours to see who's waited the longest. And so I bet you if there is some kind of queue reserve list, they can look into us and be like, well, he's already had some stuff sent to him. Take a break from sending him stuff. Let's get another guy who's waited longer than him. So right now we're probably in a queue. And I can't tell you how soon they're... Another... What? No Siggy? We got even more boxes if you want to go deeper, okay? You're allowed to do... You can do it right now if you sent in an order right now, okay? I'll let you go deeper if you wish to try one more box, perhaps. So dissatisfying. No Siggies. 2 cold ones deep. That's a total of 6 cold ones because Kara Nichols cleared 4 of them at the end of that previous stream. All right, now here is Pikachu, proving once again how tough it is to actually pull a hit out of those. But, you know, those Siggies can be quite expensive when they do get pulled. Deja Vu. Hey, Mister, any new... Already read that. All right, so that's Mr. Zach. Okay, we've got your bag here. I'm going to not show it on screen because the label's in the bag. You know, that's how we do it. I put the label inside of the bag, and then the bags are all gingerly handed off to Miss Alexis. She's going to come over pretty soon today, probably. It's getting close to time for her to come over here. All right, that's done. Mr. Zach also says 2 Pokey Shuffles. Good luck in there. So that's the other thing he ordered. When will Cardconomist offer pack grading? Probably never. 1, 2. Okay. It's such a pity John's... Ooh, Sandshrew. It's such a pity John's not working with us because he was pretty good at getting those encapsulations done. And I bet you we'd be getting so much business right now. We'd be getting tons of business. Because, you know, you got PSA shut down. All right, here it is. Sandshrew for $40. Now, this is... not just any Sandshrew. This is a Shinji Kanda Sandshrew. There's no reverse holo version of this card, only a non-holo version. He's Shinji Kanda, so it's one of these really cool drawings. What would you like to do? Re-roll him for $35 or keep him? EB3. Mr. Box of EB3 or OP15, you pick one. Now, hold on. You might want to save that for tonight. It's already 6:30, so we're out of time. If I were you, I'd go with the OP15, new case, right? OP15, new case. Of course, I think the EB3 is a new case as well, so I don't know what's better. What I can tell you is I definitely know the OP15's 100% fresh. Is it a new case? The OP15 is a new case. The EB3 looks like a new case, but I can't remember if anything's been pulled out of it yet. How much do I get if I reroll? The reroll is for 35, so you go from 40 to 35. So you would get 7 cards, basically. So you go from 2 Poke Shuffles to 7 Poke Shuffles. Let's take a look around real fast, see what else we got going on. I'm going to cue some stuff up here. Okay. All right. We got that Eric Colburn order done. Okay, that looks good. I would definitely keep Shinji Kanda, says Musabot. Tops PSA Brock in the Discord 9's channel. All right, Tops Brock. So he's making a decision. And we're going to go find Brock in the meantime. Here it is, Brock. Hey, mister, when you get that last order I made, can you let me know how many 151s are left in? I probably sent in for the night's time stream. Here's Ivan Rodriguez. Now, normally the rule is we don't reveal the number of packs left, but for you, I'll be happy to do it. So whatever you just ordered, here's how many packs are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 packs there. 6 out of 20, right? Okay. So you just ordered some, I assume, and so it's that minus whatever you ordered. I'll order in the nighttime stream then. Sounds good to me. Ivan Rodriguez. Why, thank you, Mr. Ivan. Wait. That's the Sandshrew. I'm so dumb. We already did that. We already did it with the Brock. Okay, so the Brock is good. See, look, Brock, Ivan Rodriguez. We're good on the Brock. All right, so let me place these to the side as this gentleman decides what he wants to do with it. And let's take care of this order right here. Okay, so this is for our friend Mr. Asmer. What's up, man? So one more Code Geass, one more Sneaky Bunko. Ooh, that card right there needs to go into his bag. So, oh, there you go. Leilouch star card. There you go. He's the main character. Great purchase. That's a nice snipe. And, whoa! What is this? Wow, what a round. Man, don't show that to Miss Kara Nichols. Some people just get all the luck, man. They just get all the luck. He pulls 2 packs. By the way, he spent $24 in total. Okay, he spent... So she goes like $1,400 deep for one guy signature. This guy goes $24 deep. Immediate girl signature. Life's unfair, guys. Life's unfair. You just got to deal with it, okay? That's how it is. You just got to deal with it. Life's unfair. That's how the cookie crumbles, something like that. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the Pokemon card packs open. That's how the cards fall. I think that's actually we'll see how the cards fall, right? Or something like that. I think that's a term. All right, congratulations on the double hit. Yeah, we watched Kara Nichols' opening yesterday, and it was really rough. I'll take the re-roll on the Sandshrew. Okay, re-roll on the Sandshrew. Now for this guy, he is going to go into Zach's bag. Where to put Zach's bag? Oh, I put it here in the shipping area. Okay, as if he was all done. What a hit. I know, so fast, so easy. Like it wasn't even hard. But you know, that bag right there, the bag that we just, or the pack that we just opened was from a different box. So it's not the next box in the queue or anything like that. Reroll. You ready for the reroll? So this is say 35. Shinji Kanda Sandshrew. We'll find a home for you one day. Now here's how it works. He goes back in for 40, and then your reroll is 35. And next time he gets pulled, he's only worth 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the cards kind of go down in price each time, and this eventually helps someone decide to keep them because they go, well, he pulled out of the box cheaply, right? So once upon a time, he used to be in that box for 50. Now he's in the box for 40. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, this is either a re-roll that helps you or hurts you. Let's see if it helps you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No! Terrible. I'm so sorry. That was a bad re-roll. If you ever don't like a card you pull out of the Poke Shuffle box, let me remind you guys of this. If you ever don't like it, never forget this. You can sell it on consignment on the table. You can also sell it on eBay at home, okay? So if you're ever scared to do a re-roll, you could just keep a card you don't want anyways and just treat it as something to sell on eBay. All right. But you know what? Sometimes the re-rolls help you out. Sometimes they help you. Sometimes a simple $35 re-roll turns into like a double hit. It's just random. All right. Is it possible for me to buy the Shinji Kanda? At this point, no, because the re-roll has been executed. All right. So we have a Roki Hyun, 2 spots on the sub list. Okay. He's buying out half the sub list. So he's taking a 50% chance shot at a rocket spot. Room for 2 more in there. Can you please show the breaks? So we're wrapping up. It's 6:35. I'm all done, guys. No more orders. But we're showing them off for tonight, right? So we got this new rocket pack split, and one person's already in there, and there's a half-filled sublist. This guy has like 2 spots left. Phantom Forces is almost done, everybody. That's almost done. Tyranitar's up to 2. Snorlax is now up to 4. People are buying in here. This Charizard is up to 14, and we just added a potential Charizard pull to the PokeShuffles box, which will also help this along. We want to get that one done. It's like halfway done. I can't really cancel it anymore. It's halfway done. Now, also, you've got the Mega Tyranitar sublist, hasn't changed. The Poke Destined Rivals box has changed. That one is like 7 spots left or something like that. So the Destined Rivals box break, it's hidden. I can't pull it out. It's got these slabs in the way. That one is more than halfway done. This guy has 2 people in it. It's a whole box of Wizards of the Coast G.I. Joe, vintage G.I. Joe. You could open it for fun. You could sell it on eBay for fun. That's the star card break. We also have the Crimson Invasion box split where everybody buys a pack and we open it all together at the same time. Super cool. I'm officially in there. I got the last 3 packs over here. So we're waiting for more people to join. It's $30. $30 for a Sun and Moon era booster pack. Do you know how cheap that is? It's beyond cheap. You're paying $45 for 1 card in this pack. 1 card. We're selling $30 full booster packs from Sun and Moon era from Crimson Invasion. Holographic Pikachu. Non-holographic Pikachu, which sells for like 600-ish in a 10. Holographic Gengar, reverse holographic Gengar, holographic Melodic, holographic Cubone, holographic Jigglypuff. It's a great set. Nobody realizes it yet. We know it's great. We got it at a great price. I encourage that people open that one because it's a good choice. Ivan Rodriguez is buying the Huntail. Here you go, Mr. Ivan. This stream brought to you by Ivan Rodriguez. Thanks, Ivan. All right. I had a little sneeze there. I sneeze a lot in this room. I cover my mouth really carefully every time, okay? I don't like to sneeze unless I'm sneezing perfectly into my shoulder. That's how we do it. I do cover my mouth completely with my shirt. And it's all the dust in the room, honestly. All right, let's get a calculation going here. I gotta go, guys. I'm gonna get in trouble with the wifey. So you get $51.75. This time we're gonna roll it up to 52. So I do rolling it up and rolling it down because I don't like having, you know, cents left over. So it should be $51.75. You get 52 instead. That goes both ways. So if it was $51.25, I'm keeping the 25 cents. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's how we do that. That's why these are always just full dollar amounts. I'll put that in there. So that's ready to be spent for tonight. And what is this? Roki Hyun put these on store credit for tonight, so he's going to go nuts tonight. He's going to have some fun. Now, wait a second. You already got a store credit card. Try to stick to one card here. He's loading up a store credit card. It's like loading up an arcade card at the arcade. You know, they all use those arcade credit cards now. So he's going to have some fun tonight. I hope you guys will join me. It's Friday night, so we're not going to miss it. Wow, how about Asmer? He got one of the luckiest pulls in the whole stream today. A signature and a star card out of just 2 packs. Really wild. Let me go back to the website here. Okay, so from the website, there's a Mark Kaplan and an Eric order. So Mark Kaplan, I can do this real fast. It's a Destined Rivals and a 151. And you know how many packs are left. Here it is. Ready? All right, very nice. Ugh. Grab that. Okay, snipping time. Snipping this. You ready? Ready? Here's Breloom, Meowth, Zeraora, and oh my gosh, such a good pull. Look at this, guys. Right at the end of the stream, Master Ball Charmander gets pulled. Wow, so cool, man. That is definitely an excellent pull from that box. That's why those boxes have gotten so expensive. So Master Ball Charmander pops out right at the last second. What do you think of that? Put this here. And we'll grab this. That's Master Ball. Yeah, that's Master Ball. That's a great pull for Mr. Mark. You deserve it, Mark. You've been going deep in that box. Yep. Okay. A little Breloom here. Didn't that shooter who killed the insurance guy, didn't he like Breloom because of like his Pokédex number or something like that? I don't remember that. All right, and then Eric Colburn, his last order. Great, a clean Fortnite pack for me too. That's it. That's the last order. Wow, from beginning to end, we were crazy busy. Okay, it's going to be this one, actually. This one right on the top. So, we'll grab this. Oops, we'll grab this. Get this all set up for you. There it goes. Okay, lovely. Now I have to go hang out with the wifey. I heard Osmond Gold finally got a girlfriend or something like that. Is that true? All right. So, all set up. You got 3 packs set up for pack grading. This guy's got 300. What a great stream. I'll see you guys tonight. I hope you guys will be there. See you later, everybody.